y'all. It's been a minute. So much going on all the time in this horrible shit show that we have in this country and in this world that unless you're a full-time content creator, it is just really hard to keep up. That being said, I was watching something about a woman named Allie Beth Stuckey, who apparently did a speech at a Turning Point rally and spoke directly and specifically to men about porn and how disgusting and dangerous it is and how bad it is for the family and how bad it is for marriages, and telling men that we need you to stop watching porn and we want you to step up and be better men. And I don't disagree with anything that she's saying. I mean, other than the fact that I don't think that porn should be outlawed. I think that, like a lot of things, unfettered use in capitalism and greed and all of these things have allowed for systems to be put in place where people are easily abused and trafficked, and especially women, and that's just a reality. So after all of this, she got what exactly she should expect to get. She got serious, swift, and angry blowback from men and some women, basically telling her, you don't minister to us. You are a woman. Stay in your place. You keep all the other women corralled so we can keep control of y'all. But don't you dare, woman, come and preach at us, because we're the men and you're the woman. You do not have equality in their eyes. Miss, I'm not a feminist and I don't want to be one. They're right. In your world, you need to sit down and shut your mouth, because that's what you're agreeing to. Those men aren't pulling their stance out of a different book than what you read. It's the same book. But that's the problem with the book. It's a disgusting book that people, men, love to take verses out of it so they can control women, so they can control minorities. I understand and hear everything that you're saying, Allie Beth Stuckey, but I don't disagree with the men that tell you that in your circle, you need to get off the podium, get your ass in the house, have some babies, be a trad wife, and shut your mouth. Because that's what they expect out of you. Did you not watch The Handmaid's Tale? Serena Joy is what kicked off that whole shit. Mrs. Waterford was the one who was speaking to the women and the youth and the masses. And then what happened? She lost all her power because she didn't really have it to begin with. She was used as a useful fucking tool, a useful idiot for the patriarchy to toe that line to keep women oppressed. And that's exactly what you're doing. You have no reason to be proud of anything that you propagate out into society, especially to young women. Because as a feminist woman, I don't care if you want to sit home and have babies. In fact, I think we should have better social safety nets so people that want to be home and raise their children like they have in socialized countries. You should have that option. I 100% agree with that. You want to sit home and you want to be a mom because that is what your calling is. You should be able to live and operate in a healthy enough society so we can make that happen. So we have healthier families, so we have healthier children. But we don't get that restricting women's rights. We have seen it time after time after time again. A society can only rise to the status of women. And if we're second-class citizens and we're treated that way with help of women like yourself, baby, get what you settle for. You, not the rest of us that don't feel like you. I am a feminist. And I don't believe, by the way, that the having it all is having a career and having kids and having burnout and carrying the entire goddamn load. That doesn't make you a feminist. That makes you a slave with no boundaries to what societal expectations are. It's okay to not want to have a baby. The greatest achievement of our lives is not to reproduce. That is literally just a biological drive that people choose to fulfill. So Allie Beth Stuckey, I think you and I want a better world, especially for women. But how you go about it is carrying the water under the umbrella of disgusting men like this regime, like Charlie Kirk. Notice how his wife doesn't seem to be sitting at home taking care of her grieved children. She's out there making the circuit, running around with her Tammy Faye makeup on, trying to act all distressed that her meathead husband's dead. She didn't give one shit that man died. He was a 2 and she's like an 8. Let's be real. On the inside, she's a fucking 0. But on the outside, she's a pretty lady. That guy was a fucking meathead. She didn't care about him. She's only using this for the same way you are and the same way Lila Rose is and the rest of these water-carrying women for the fucking patriarchy so you can get rich too. Be ashamed. You don't do anything to help women. You make sure that women can continue to be insulted and abused like the men that went onto your social media platforms and told you to get off the podium and get back in the fucking kitchen because you don't have a place because you don't have equality. So, not Lila, well, Lila Rose, all the rest of you and Beth Stuckey, do better because right now you're not doing anything but hurting women.